Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's been a minute since I made the last video. A lot of stuff's been happening. We had an autocross event, a local one, used that to get ready for SCCA Solo Nationals. And then we had SCCA Solo Nationals this past week. Results there were kind of mixed, where I got a trophy, but SCCA Solo Nationals does trophies pretty far down. So I was 13th out of 56, not where I wanted to be. It bugged me more about, how far back I was time-wise and not so much the position. But yep, just a little rusty at momentum cars. Been having something with some torque, and yeah, it showed. So we'll get back to that later. Also had a time attack since my last video. It didn't go well because it was about 102 degrees, it seemed like, on the track. And we went there without bedding new rear track pads, and the car just wouldn't stop, the car wouldn't turn, and I had all kinds of problems, so I didn't end up doing any content with that either. And so got back from Solo Nationals, didn't even disconnect the trailer from the truck, put the Supra on it, we went to a time attack, and that's what this video is mostly going to be about. So yesterday we were at Suika Circuit and trying some new tires. So we're on the CR-S. These are the V2 model. They came out this year, and they're basically supposed to be about as fast as, say, the RE71 RS or even maybe the Yokohamas. The difference is they need some heat. We had plenty of that. So went out yesterday and took two practice sessions and then a time session. I'm gonna do this video a little differently. I'm actually gonna show you the competition, which is the third session. So it was about 94 degrees at this point, according to the car, and the track felt a lot hotter. Also, there'd been a multi-day drift event at the track since the last time we ran, and so it was pretty dirty and there wasn't a lot of grip. And so all things considered, this is a pretty decent lap. This would have been, not my best, but considering the heat, this would have been a pretty phenomenal lap. So here you go. So as you saw there, we went pretty quick in the heat. Haven't run too many 127s, so it was nice to get back in the 127s to prove the car could do it, because this car on debut ran a 127.1, and then we've been struggling to get back, and it's just kind of the way, motorsports goes. So had problems with the, we broke a ride height adjuster, or ride height sensor, or shock sensor, I should say. And so that was a major problem for us, because then, the car freaked out, had to jerry rig that. So that was the ASR, still got one decent session out of that. Then we came back to Albuquerque, we ran two time attacks. The first one we had problems with the intercooler blowing off. All this stuff preceded me, and so that's been rectified. That shouldn't happen again for at least a long while. And then the last event, like I said, I decided to put on new tires to get them ready for Time Trials Nationals a little later this year. And sure enough, I thought I betted them a little bit. It turns out they needed a lot, and so it was a pretty miserable day. And that was that hot one I talked about. So to bring you up to speed for this event, Realigned the car, went through, you know, but the only thing we were going on is sticker tires I didn't know. Good thing we buy things from Jackie Ding, and so he provided some tips, especially tire pressures. So we went with his baseline tire pressures, which we stuck with the day. Looking at the tire wear, I might try some more, just because the banking of the track just does weird stuff. But we went out on this first session, so this is literally sticker tires, going out. Shocks, we changed the shocks quite a bit, softened them up, trying to get the car to move around a little bit more. Had a big problem with the entry push. A little bit of that's gone. The car is the best it's ever been, but there's definitely room for improvement on entry. You'll see in my competition lap earlier in the video that I went off at turn 1. That's pretty exciting. Just 2 off, but I actually made it a little bit more because I didn't want a high center, so I actually went kind of deep 2 off on purpose. And but this was the first clean one. It was only about 75, 78 degrees, and it was pretty good. So here you go. And as you see there, that's the new record. So a 126.2 is the fastest lap I've ever done at Sandia. I did our Suika Circuit. I've done a 126.9 long time ago in a C5 Z06, but with race tires. And so it's been a long time, and the track was faster then, so I'd say running this was pretty significant. Some mistakes in that lap, and the temperature and how dirty the track was. There's a 125 all day there. I just got to put together. And coming up in October, I think it's October 9th, it's a Sunday, it turns out. We'll get another shot at it. That should be personal best weather. I'm sure others will be faster. There was a lot of guys at this event that were on older tires, so they'll come back with fresh tires and cool temps. So should see some new records for people, and it should be a great event. So hopefully we'll be back then, and then just 2 days after that, we leave for Time Trials Nationals and get to see a lot of friends and see how this can do on that track. So until then, take care. See you next time.